Good evening. Welcome back to my channel. This is my third video in succession about tenses. I'll be uploading more videos on tenses. In my first video, I talked about the subject, the verb, and the rules and usage of simple present tense. In my second video, I talked about formation of interrogative sentences in simple present tense. Now in this video, I'm going to talk about present continuous tense, its structure, its identification, its usage, and of course the interrogative sentences in present continuous tense. And at the last, I'll also be talking about the difference between simple present tense and present continuous tense. So I expect you all to watch this video till end. I will tell you which helping verb has to be used with subject. So let's talk about the singular subjects. Singular subjects, that means one in number. So wherever you find a singular subject, then with singular subject you have to use the helping verb, that is. This is number one. Rule number two, whenever you find a plural subject, that means subject which is more than one in number, that is plural. So whenever you find a plural subject, you have to use or, that is the helping verb. And I told you already in my first video that I is an exception. So I is an exception in all the four tenses of present tense. In simple present tense, it took the plural verb. In present continuous tense, it takes a separate helping verb. So this helping verb am, it is exclusively used with only one subject, that is I. So in a brief recap, with singular subjects is, with plural subjects are, and with I you have to use a separate helping verb, that is am. Now I'll tell you the sentences of this present continuous tense. Okay, so here we have some examples of present continuous tense. So as you can see, in blue ink we have affirmative sentences, and I have just tried to convert the affirmative into interrogative sentences. I'll just tell you how to do that. So let's try and understand first how to frame sentences in present continuous tense. I've talked about structure. So take a subject, that is I, and with I, remember we have to use am. So this is am, and then the word is trouble, and then we have added ing. So if there is a word ending with e, and if you add ing with that, then you have to remove e. That's why I have removed e from the trouble. So the sentence is, I am troubling you. Let's take an example of a plural subject. You. You is a plural subject. With plural we have to use are. Watch is the verb, and then we have added ing. So this is how we are making the sentence like you are watching a movie. Now I'm taking one example of singular subject. For example, she is a singular subject. With singular we have to use is, then play is the main verb, and we have added ing. So as per the structure, we have sentences, I am troubling you, you are watching a movie, and third one is she is playing golf. Now if you want to convert, these all are the cases of affirmative sentences or the normal sentences. Now if you want to change an affirmative sentence into an interrogative sentence, there is a simple rule. Now in normal affirmative sentences we have subject plus helping verb plus main verb. In interrogative sentences you just have to take the helping verb and place it before the subject, and it becomes interrogative. For example, I am troubling you. Now this is the helping verb am. So what I did, I put this am before the subject I, and remaining part of the sentence remains same. So I am troubling you, in interrogative it becomes am I troubling you? Second, you are watching a movie. You just have to take this helping verb are and place it before the subject. So this is how it became, are you watching a movie? and she is playing golf, then we have taken this is before the subject she, and the interrogative is she playing golf. Now let's try and understand what is the difference between simple present tense and present continuous tense. Where do we use simple present? Where do we use present continuous? And there are few sentences which appear to be of present continuous tense, but actually they are of simple present tense. So I'll just make you understand with the help of the three examples, and in the two examples I'll just tell you about the differences, and let's see the examples first. For example, she dances well. Now this sentence is of simple present tense. We use simple present tense in the cases of our habits, the things that we do in our day-to-day life. For example, I go for a morning walk, I go to school every day, I go to the market, I play cricket in the morning. These all are related to our daily activities. So they come under simple present tense. For example, she dances well. That means dancing is a part of her activity, part of her habitual truth. So she dances well. Now the second sentence, she is dancing on the stage. Now look at the word is dancing. This takes us to present continuous. And as I have already told you, we use present continuous tense for those actions which are taking place at present. That means right now. So if you say she is dancing on the stage, that means at this time she is dancing on the stage. Now there is one more sentence. Now it creates confusion whether we should consider it in simple present tense or present continuous tense. So let's have an example first. Now she is a dancer. Now if you look at this word, look at this sentence. Earlier what we have done, whenever you used is, am or are, then we have to use V1, that is the first form of the verb, plus ing, and it becomes present continuous tense. But in this case, she is the subject, is, suppose for the time being we consider to be helping verb, a is an adjective or determiner, a dancer is a noun. Now there is no verb in the sentence. Now here comes the problem. If you are using a sentence and there is no verb, then what do we do? Now in this case, she is a dancer. Now is, her being a dancer is the verb. Now this comes under an exception, and this verb is known as verb to be. In present tense, we have three verbs, is, am and are. These verbs are, is, am and are can be used as helping verbs, and they can be used as main verbs with exception. Now exception is that we don't have any second form of the verb, third form of the verb of is, am, are. They are used, just there is a single use in the sentence, that's it. So we don't have any other form of verb to be. So if you say is, am, are, she is a dancer, I am a player. So myself being a player, that is the verb here. So this is helping, this is main verb with the exception is, am, are, which is known as verb to be. Now these are the differences, and this sentence particularly, it appears to be a sentence of present continuous tense, but it can't be a present continuous tense because in continuous I told you that there is one thing which is a must, that is first form of the verb plus ing. So if there is no main verb plus ing, that means it can't be present continuous. So this is the example of simple present tense. And here is not used as a helping verb, but is used as a main verb with the exception which is known as verb to be. So this was all about present continuous tense. So this completes the series of simple present tense and present continuous tense. I'm going to upload my next video, and in that video I'll be talking about present perfect tense and present perfect continuous tense. So we'll talk about the similarities between the two, the differences between the two. So it would be a comparison, and we learn present perfect and present perfect continuous tense together to see the differences. So please wait for my next video, and guys, thank you very much for watching my video, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel, and please press that bell icon so that you can be updated about my next videos. Thank you so much.